it's discouraging. Sleeping an hour or less has its toll. Sometimes you're at a stage where your mind starts dreaming and you're still awake.
What was the hunger for all this?
I've always have a curiosity where my limit is. If you finish a race very, very strong, that's not your limit.
If you had a magic wand and you could change something in your life, what would you change and why? Welcome back to another Champions Connect podcast, and today I'm going to open up by saying kindly subscribe. I don't really ask for this, but it's super important for me personally, so please subscribe. It's just a free button you have to press. It helps me push free knowledge, free entertainment and free stories for you to input into your lives, so kindly subscribe. It helps me a lot. It deducted from last episode by 2%, so I truly appreciate it. I think it's 77%, so yes. Today we're going to open up with a new guest, someone who we've worked with before, Fabio Spiteri. He did 10 Ironmans in 10 days, no breaks, no shortcuts, just pain, grit, and a mind to refuse to quit.
Thanks for the invite. Yeah, well, I'm still recovering. I still need to put around 3 kilos of muscle back.
Not easy.
Working on that.
Not easy. We worked together before on
Yes.
multiple occasions, where it was first we had a discussion in the early beginnings of Champions Connect, and now back in December, December, beginning of this year, we managed to raise around €3,000 for an animal shelter.
For the horses.
For the horses, exactly, which I was very glad.
Horse rescue to build some shelters to cover them from the rain.
So it was a very nice occasion, and hopefully we'll do something together soon again.
Yes.
So Fabio, you're here today obviously to share your story on what happened during this year and before. What you did, I think, is exceptional, and only a few in the world did it. Around 10, right, if I'm not mistaken?
No, the DECA around 100 people.
Around 100 people, but this time it was around 15, 10?
We were 9.
Exactly.
9 male competitors, and I finished second overall.
All around the world. So
Yes,
it was
yes.
around the world. Perfect. Can you explain why you started with all this? What was the idea around starting the ultra?
Yes, this is a long journey. I've been into sports 30 years. Actually, I was a middle distance runner and a sprinter. I used to run 400 meter on the track, 800 meter on the track. I still have the fastest 1 kilometer.
Okay.
Done in 2000, and 2 minutes 28 seconds.
So it's still alive.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
interesting.
I evolved into triathlon. Triathlon, you start from sprint and you gradually build up. Olympic distance, have Ironman. I've always wanted to explore the ultra distance. So back in 2017, I started with the double Ironman and you never stopped. Triple Ironman, quintuple. I've done 7 Ironman in 7 days. And now I've just recently, in a space of 7 months, I've done 2 DECAs, which is a DECA for general knowledge for the people out there.
Yes.
A DECA consists of a 38 kilometer swim straight, which is like swimming the circumference of Gozo. And then I had to cycle 1,800 kilometers. That's like cycling around Sicily twice in 4 days. And then I had to run 10 full marathons, 422 kilometers. This year I managed to do a really good time under 10 days. Only a few people have managed under 240 hours. So I'm still buzzing with the result I got. And hopefully I do believe I can go faster.
You can go faster. So
Yes,
you're going for an extra ultra.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. Let's go back to the beginning. What did you do before all this? Who was Fabio Spiteri before all the DECAs and all?
I was always into sports. Well, actually, when I was 21 years over, because I became a dad at a very young age, and I changed my life into sports. I used to work a full-time job at the Freeport, still train. I've always loved sports. I've always wanted sports to be into my life 24/7. And around 13 years ago, I took the big leap to become a self-professional athlete and started coaching in the evening just to get some money around to cover my expenses for my sports entity. Sponsors started coming in, so now I have a good life because I literally live sports 24/7.
You're doing what you love.
Yes.
In a way, that's super nice. And obviously, transitioning from a normal life into sports is not easy. How did you handle that?
Actually, it was easy for me
Super easy.
because I always wanted to I always wanted to be a full-time athlete, and I always wanted to coach. I don't see it as a job; it's a passion, and I'm trying to extend as much as possible the years that I can do this job.
Was there one specific moment before, obviously, from you transitioning, where you said, "Listen, this is why I want to do this"? Obviously, becoming a parent, I understand, but what was the main hunger for all this?
It just came naturally, the urge of I wanted to become an ultra-triathlete. I've never dreamt of these distances because I've always done sprint triathlon, Olympic triathlon, half Ironman and Ironman. We're talking about 1 hour to 10-hour races. Then I started to explore other athletes via internet and exploring these extreme races, and I've always had a curiosity. And I said, yeah, let me just give one go for the double Ironman. I did well for the first time because I broke the national record on my first race, and I haven't stepped from there. I've always have a curiosity where my limit is. If you finish a race very, very strong, that's not your limit. You still have more to prove.
How do you feel with the last one?
I can go further.
I can go further.
Yeah, I can go. The DECA, I've changed my mindset. 2 years ago, I stopped. The first DECA, I failed.
With regards to injury, right?
I had really bad inflamed blisters, and I had to start antibiotics, and the doctor stopped me.
Was it in Brazil?
Brazil. So my first DECA, I failed, which is good. My second DECA, I just went with the mindset that I just want to finish. And I just finished. I suffered. This last DECA, 2 weeks ago, my body is adapted to these circumstances, and everything went perfect. Almost everything went perfect. And I finished really strong, and I finished second overall. It gave me a different perspective. Now, I think I have the mental and physical strength to win a DECA one day. Maybe next November or the following year.
So you're actually going for the win?
Yeah, I was so close. I was only 10 hours behind the first one. 10 hours in a DECA is nothing.
Nothing?
He was just sleeping less. Because it's all about who sleeps less. That's all. So I do believe, yes, I can go. I'm still adapting to these races, to these extreme distances. I do believe I can win this race, and I also want to go longer distances.
In real estate, you can either follow the crowd or be coached by the best. Elite is the #1 platform for agents who want more. More deals, more growth, and more leadership. It's not just a real estate agency, it's a launchpad with real training, real support, and a community that pushes you to your peak. If you're serious about becoming an agent, join Elite now and become the agent others chase. Let's get back to the pod. When you say longer distances?
They might organize a double DECA in Brazil.
Double?
Next year. If they organize it, I would definitely apply. Distances are huge. It's 78 kilometer swim, 3,600 kilometer bike, and 844 kilometer run. Yeah, it's possible. Just longer days.
The run, let's say, how many times you have to go around?
The run is like running around Sicily, the circumference. That's the run. 844 kilometers.
Wow. And how long does it take you to?
I would imagine it would take me 22 days to finish all these distances.
And the run alone?
The run should take me around...
Without sleeping, nothing, just straight run?
No, you need to sleep.
Yes, but...
You need to sleep.
Let's say you don't...
I would calculate most probably around 100 kilometers per day. Between 90 to 100 kilometers per day of running.
Wow. We are told before, obviously, in sports, especially, visualization is a key factor when it comes to big challenges, big races, big games. Okay. Do you give this importance with regards to visualization?
Yes and no. I do visualize before a race. 1 week before a race, I'm really concentrated. I start visualizing everything I have to go through. During the race, you have to stop thinking because by day one you are already fatigued, and you overthink. If you start thinking about the distance you're gonna have to do, it's discouraging. During the race, I just switch to autopilot. I don't think nothing. I don't even have data. I switch my watch. I take off my heart rate monitor because I want to know less data. Because the more you know, the more you start overthinking. You might say, oh, my heart rate is too low, oh, my watts are too low, and you start pushing more. So I just switch all data and go by feel. So I actually go on autopilot, and I don't overthink.
There's no watches, there's no...
Watch I have to measure the distance,
Okay.
but I switch off the heart rate.
Well, that's super important. I think when it comes to visualization, you have to choose the visualization.
Actually, you just visualize what you're going to go through the week before the race, and maybe, just during the warm-up before the race. But then you have to switch on, disregard everything.
I think the most important visualization of all this is the win, the end result, I think, because when you're saying finally I managed.
It's everything, because you're going to visualize the pain you're going to go through every discipline. I mean, 38 kilometers of swimming, it took me 14 hours of non-stop swimming. The pain in the shoulders, wow, it's indescribable.
What is, if you had to describe one feeling of what you were feeling during the swim, what is the feeling like?
Actually, I was on a high because I was leading the race. I knew I was...
Adrenaline is high?
Yes. I wasn't taking any breaks. I was only stopping 1 or 2 minutes every hour.
Ooh.
And I was in a fast lane. We were like 3 swimmers, really fast, and we were taking it in turns. Everyone was swimming 1 hour each, and we were just drafting behind. I knew I was going to do a super fast time. I came out second from the swim, 7 minutes behind the first one. So when you're doing really good, you just don't think of nothing. You just swim.
The pain,
yes, it's inevitable. I had my masseur as soon as I finished the swim. Quick deep tissue massage on my shoulder. You also need about 15 minutes to feel comfortable standing up, because you're doing 14 hours in a horizontal position, so even you don't have blood flow in your head. So when you stand up, you're a bit dizzy. So I took those 15 minutes trying to come back to reality. Yeah, then you shower, change, go cycling for 4.5 days.
So there's no stop.
No stop. Well, you stop briefly to eat, and you need to sleep. Then you need to calculate the sleep hours. Some people decide to sleep 1 hour per day, but then they go super slow all the next 23 hours. Or else you decide to sleep 3 and 4 hours, and you can push throughout and actually do the same distances.
How long does it take you to recover from all this? Because obviously sleeping 4 hours every day is a nightmare.
You get used to it. In fact, I was trying to sleep 4 hours, but after 3 hours I would wake up. You'll be hyper. There's a lot of heat going out of your body. You know other people are racing, so you don't really sleep comfortably. You don't go into a deep sleep because it will be very difficult to continue. It's just like a power nap. You're still in the race. You're like fidgety, lots of heat coming out of your body, but you get used to it. It's just 9 days, 10 days, and then you go back to a normal life.
When you come back, how's the feeling? Do you sleep for like a whole day?
Yes, you sleep a lot, you eat a lot, but actually, for the first 2 nights when I wake up, you still think you're in the race. Like you're trying to find the number or the chip, and I say, "Wow, I'm ready." Yeah. It's crazy.
Small details matter most in races like these. So what are the small details you take to get the biggest outcome possible?
Well, small details are really, really important. The last DECA 8 months ago in Lago di Garda in Italy, I've done 265 hours. I had no experience, but I finished it. I've managed to do some changes. Now I will explain. Now last week I've done 31 hours personal best from 264 hours. Now my DECA time is 233 hours.
Wow. Okay.
So, small details. Yes, I have a crew. I have full faith in my crew. They know me inside out. And I did a fast time thanks to them.
And why is that?
Because they need to take care of me. Small details. I give you an example. If it's too warm, they need to keep me cool. So in France, I think there were some days it was like 40 degrees. There was even a heat wave in Malta. They had to keep me cool. Every loop on the bike, they changed my bottle with ice. They were giving me a bath with ice inside the bath, so I keep my head cool. In the marathon, I was changing the socks every marathon. In fact, this is the first ultra race I had no blisters, nothing, zero. And the blisters cost me 4 hours in the last DECA during the 5 days of running, because you need half an hour. They were bursting the blisters, cleaning the blisters, putting Compeed on. This time I had no problem. So they actually were taking care of my feet, massage, a bit of Vaseline, changing shoes, changing socks all the time. These are small details that will make a huge importance in my final time. Motivation, I had some low moments, so that's when the crew comes in. They need to motivate me and fire me up to.
How's the motivation? So what do you consider motivation?
For example, day 2 I was in trouble. I think I had a bad reaction from the chlorine. I wasn't used to that type of chlorine they used.
What was it like? Was it super strong?
It was a bit strong, and I had a bad reaction. As soon as I finished the swim, I couldn't breathe. I had big burns in my mouth and I couldn't breathe. So I started the cycle. I said I will cycle 100 kilometers and see what happens. And it was even difficult for me to breathe. So then I said, if I was going to keep on going like this, I would stop, because then it would be not safe for me. So I told the crew, I'm going to go to sleep and leave me alone. So it wasn't that I was going to give up, but I was in a bad shape. I was leading the race. Anyway, they left me sleep. I slept 8 hours. That's too long for an ultra, too long. I woke up, then they fired me up. They saw me and I'm okay. I was okay, and I was like, okay. And I continued the race. But I ended up in 7th place, so then I had to work hard the next 8 days, sleeping less. And actually, I finished 2nd overall. So these small changes, you need the right crew to understand you. Food intake. Every hour they were giving me something small. Actually I was eating well.
When the motivation dies down, and obviously this discipline comes into place, I think you mastered that, no?
To be honest, I'm always motivated. I'm surprised how at 51 years old I'm still motivated to go faster and go longer. Motivation is part of my life. That's why I am where I am. You have to be motivated to finish a DECA. And you have to believe in yourself.
No doubt.
To go on the start line injury-free, it's something big. To finish the DECA, it's something bigger. To come top 3, it's a big thing for me. So that's motivation, discipline. I think they go hand in hand. I want to stay how I am, motivated and disciplined.
Just you.
Yeah.
You. And you mentioned also that your team know you inside out. Are they actually friends of yours that you've known for a while, or have you gathered them together and you became friends?
No, they are friends. These need to be people I'm comfortable with. We have a tent where I rest, where I get my massages, where I eat, where we talk, where we plan things. So we do have our fights. We do have our stress, because I will be very, very stressful. They will be stressed as well. It's highs and lows. So my crew is very personal. They are close friends of mine, and we grew up together during these races. When we first started 2017, we had no experience. Now, 2025, we have all the experience as a crew.
When you say no experience, in what way? Is it so everyone has his job to do?
Yes, because when 2017, they didn't know how they're going to motivate me. They didn't know how I was going to react. They didn't know anything about nutrition. In fact, I have problem digesting food. What do? We didn't have a backup. So I spent a double Ironman 24 hours with no food, just because my body refused to digest food. But we grew up. Now we know what we do.
So that's why you think you can go for the more?
Yeah, of course. And the body is adjusting to these type of extreme events. So if, let's say, I used to have 50% of bad things happening in a race, now it's 10%.
10%. And what do you think that 10% is? Deep inside, do you have the idea what the 10% is, where you can say that's limited?
The races are so long that something bad is going to happen for sure. It's either an injury from the overuse of repetitive movement or not digesting food. You can fall on the bike. I crashed.
Which happened exactly?
In Switzerland. I crashed and I broke my collarbone.
What happened? What happened then?
A boy crossed over and I,
During the race?
yeah. And instead of crashing into him, I just turned the steering and I did a somersault, bad landing, collarbone. I ended up in hospital.
And were you far from your team?
4 kilometers, but the ambulance came.
So they were tracking you? Or-
Actually, there were athletes who stopped and then they went to tell my crew that I crashed.
How did you handle that?
Quite bad, actually, because that was my worst year, because 3 months ago I failed my DECA because of my inflamed...
Blister?
I had an infection in my blisters, I had to stop, and then I booked this race and I crashed as well. So 2023 was really, really bad. 2 races, 2 did not finish. But then 2024, I was fired up and I took part in the quintuple, which is 5 Ironman distances, World Championships, 5th overall, national record by 19 hours. And then I finished the DECA 2 months after.
So it was your comeback here.
Yeah.
You're mentioning super kilometers. I can't believe it.
Yeah. Body adapts.
It's something you can't believe, to be honest. I don't think... Do you think this... I wanna flip it. Do you think anyone can do this?
Yes, but they need a lot of years of experience. It took me 30 years to arrive to a DECA. If someone decides to do a DECA with no experience, he will get hurt, for sure.
He will get hurt.
For sure. Because your body needs to be adapted to 5 hours of cycling. You need to be used to 20 hours of swimming. If you're not well trained, you get a frozen shoulder. What are you gonna do? If your body is not used to 5 days of cycling, you're gonna have huge hip pain, groin pain, inflammation. You have to stop.
How do you train for these events? Because obviously you're not just gonna go like, listen, I'm here. Let's have some fun and let's complete this.
How do you train? It's a gradual build up. I'm gonna give you an example for a marathon.
Yes.
A marathon, you go back 4 months before, and you gradually start increasing 1 long run a week, 3 kilometers extra. So you run 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 35, 38 kilometers. Then you start going down, and actually 3 weeks after you do the full marathon. So from 0 to 42, there was a gradual build-up. You don't flip your finger without training. You run 42 because you're going to damage your knees, your ankles, your Achilles. So there's a build-up. It took me a lot of years.
You're mentioning just marathon.
Yeah.
And you're just mentioning running.
Yeah, I have 3 sports.
So that's why. What is your, let's say, what's 2 months before the DECA like?
The last 3 weeks is fun. We call it taper.
Okay.
You do almost nothing because you need the fatigue of your body.
When you say nothing, what do you mean?
You just train maybe, 5 hours a week. The last 3 weeks you do almost nothing because you need to taper. You need to let the fatigue recover. Your body needs to be really relaxed. The homework, the training needs to be done the months prior the taper week. So yeah, huge volume, night training, because I'm gonna keep on going in the night. Lots of swimming, lots of cycling. I don't do a lot of speed work. My training will be like 80% on zone 1, zone 2, low heart rate, volume, and 20% just a bit of intervals to keep my VO2 max alive.
So swimming, what type of kilometers do you do in training? How does it work?
Swimming, I swim 3 times a week, but one would be long. Long, I mean 10K, 15K. I've done 20K in one session.
How long does that take?
20K took me around 7 hours.
Just
8 hours swimming.
And the sleep, do you practice sleep as well?
Not really. I don't think you can actually not sleep during training. You leave that for the race. Well, I've done a few days where I've been awake all day, and at midnight, instead of going to sleep, I go out cycling 8 hours till 8 o'clock in the morning. So I would be awake like 24 hours. But that's basically it. I've done it 2 or 3 times. Then during the race, it's something else. You'll be a bit fidgety, You don't sleep a lot. It's a race after all.
And the nutrition part of things before the race?
Nutrition, this time I had the perfect nutrition. Again, because I think the body's getting used to these type of races. The first race, the double Ironman, I had huge problems. I was trying to eat food and I was all the time being sick. My stomach just refused any kind of.
Closed.
So I didn't know what to do. So I did a race without any food. When I did the triple Ironman, it happened the same. So 45 hours of racing without food. Then things started changing. I started having these super protein foods. Stomach was getting adapted. I started eating a bit. The last few races, I was eating more and more. This race, 10 days ago, I was eating a lot of food every hour. So finally I solved the problem. Maybe it happened on its own because of these races. I managed to eat all the food. I was strong all the way because food is very, very important for your fuel.
Exactly.
No blisters. I was eating well. So I think I had the perfect race.
I'm going to read this quote that I wrote down here. Change doesn't start with motivation. It starts with the moment you admit you're tired of your own patterns. Do you self-analyze during and after the race?
During the race, well, anything can happen. And then you start memorizing to analyze after the race. As soon as I finish the race, I have a note on my laptop and I write everything, the kilometers I've done per day, how much I slept, what I ate. That's basically it. Because since this was a really good race, I want to replicate and even go further. So I'm going to eat the same food. I'm going to sleep same hours, maybe less. Next one, maybe just half an hour less. If you sleep half an hour less per day, that's 5 hours faster. So if I want to go 5 hours faster, I either have to push more on the bike or on the run, which I don't think is the case because I had a very, very good performance. Maybe now I have to sleep half an hour less. Half an hour is in 10 days, it's 5 hours, as I said, and 5 hours is a huge time. So yeah, I have all the notes done, all the distances. We'll see where we can gradually build up on that.
Obviously, all this time alone, and you get to learn some things about yourself. You put off all your data. You're alone, cycling, swimming, in your own zone. Is there something surprising that you learned about yourself during this time?
I'm a very competitive athlete, so I just want to go faster with the least damage possible because you have to be careful how fast you're gonna go because it's a long race and you can blow up. Apart from day 2 where I was at my lowest point with the cloning reaction, from day 3 onwards, especially in the night, you're alone with the lights. Yes, I was feeling really good. I knew I was going fast. I knew I was hitting the target of the kilometers I had to do. I was in control of the game. I was actually getting closer and surpassing other athletes. No, I was good. It was the perfect race. So that's why I want to replicate and try to build slightly faster than what I've done.
So the surprise probably is you hate losing, in a way.
Let's say not losing, but I want to go faster. That's the motivation. And I know I can go faster because this is the second DECA. I'm racing athletes who have done 8, 9, 10 DECAs.
Okay.
So they have got more experience than me.
You think you're capable of being the world number 1?
Not number 1, but top 3. Actually, every race we are gathering points. Last year I finished World Cup ranking 7th overall. This year, because I finished 2nd in this DECA, I got a lot of points. Now I have a double Ironman in 6 weeks' time. I think I can be top 5. It's just a short race, short, 24 hours. And then I've got another DECA in Taiwan, where we're going to be around 25 people. I think I can podium there as well. So if I get these top results, I should be world ranking top 3 with points. At least that is the target, top 3.
And obviously at not a young age.
But actually, you don't find young people doing these races. They won't survive.
They won't survive?
No, I think the average age is around 46, 47 years old.
Wow.
Because the athletes, they need to be mature, physically and mentally. So 50 years is a good age for the ultra. And I'm showing it's possible.
Interesting, because obviously with regards to football, with regards to basketball, water polo, the athletes stop at around the average 36 to 40.
Water polo and football, it's a high intense game. We were playing for an hour and a half. You need to be fast. My race is not fast. My race is slow, non-stop, continuous, several days of going. It's endurance. You don't need to be young and fast. You need to work on your slow twitch fiber and just keep on going.
Who should be the ideal person to take on these? So imagine someone's watching this and they're thinking of going onto these ultra events. What or who should be who should be this person?
I think I was 40 when I started ultra. Perfect age.
That's a perfect age, so.
Yeah.
So you're considering 40 is a perfect age to start ultra events?
Yes.
And why? Give us one
40 you'll be you start getting slower in triathlon in these short races. So if you cannot go faster, you double the distances.
So go slower and increase endurance.
Yes. Until 20, 30, 35, stick to short distances, work on your speed, go fast. Then age is catching up, you start getting slower and slower, go longer distances.
So you suggest to people who are retiring in a way from the short...
Yeah, they switch to long distance. Yeah.
If you want to continue, obviously.
Of course.
We always talk about the wins, the successes, and the news Fabio managed to achieve, blah, blah. Obviously, there are the bad moments. Do you think those moments shaped who you are today?
Yes, 100%. To reach your destination, you need to fail several times, because failing makes you humble as a person.
It humbles you.
You cannot take these races for granted. You need to analyze what went wrong, you work around that problem, and you try not to repeat it and work around. So yes, in fact, my first Ironman, I failed. I crashed again, broke my collarbone first time. I finished the following year. My first quintuple, I failed. I had really problems. I think I had really big stomach problems. I was in pain, I failed. Then I finished the quintuple twice. The first DECA, I failed. Now I finished 2 DECAs. Every time going faster. So yeah, I failed a lot of times, but I never gave up. It fired me up more, and now I finish my distances. Now I want more. I want longer distances.
Obviously, we're going back to you want more. Is there more than a DECA?
Yes. There's
a double, right?
There's a double DECA, and the last year they did the triple DECA. 5 athletes, they all finished it. And double DECA, I think around 12 people finished the double DECA. So if they organize it next year in Brazil, I'll give it a go.
What's your end goal to all this?
There will be times where we'll be so old, so fragile. It will be even difficult to wake up from the bed. It will be even difficult to walk. But until that day comes, I'm gonna break barriers. Then when I'm old, I just enjoy the memories I've done.
Of course. Do you think that obviously you have to see what you want in life, obviously, and I think that you achieved what you want?
Yeah, and I'm enjoying the process. I'm training. I love training. I have sponsors that take care of me, which is very important, because these races are super expensive. One race can cost me €12,000.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, you have the crew as well. 3 weeks in Brazil, for example. Flights, accommodation, caravan, registration fee. These races cost €3,000, €4,000 just to register for a DECA. It's expensive, but at least I have my sponsors to take care of me, and I thank them with all my heart from here. I'm enjoying the process. While I can, why not? I keep breaking barriers until I can.
Do you think we're going to speak to future Fabio now? Do you think that future Fabio will complete the triple?
It depends if they organize it. There's no limit. I haven't reached my limit because I finished very, very strong this last race. If I finish very strong, I've got much more to give. I need another 15 days going, Whatever race there is, I'm going up for it.
So you want to suffer in a way to achieve your goal?
Yeah, suffer, celebrate after. breaking barriers, whatever you want to call it.
Exactly. And obviously the mind comes into this a lot.
Yeah.
So what's the most powerful thing your mind provided you that kept you going? What's one valuable lesson that your mind that kept you going?
Yeah, if I've set up a target, I try to reach that target, and I won't rest before I reach that target. So yeah, the mind is, I've got an unbreakable mind when it comes to these races, but you need to be physical level with your mind as well, because you will have an unbreakable mind is one thing, but if you're not well trained, it's another thing. You're gonna stop, your body's gonna stop. So they need to be leveled.
We all want change, and we all want it fast. New body, new mindset, new habits. But real change, it's not a switch, it's a system. Reflex Gym gives you that system. The space, the structure, the support. Whether you're getting started or pushing for the next level, Reflex is where progress happens. Built on hard work, backed by community. Visit Reflex Gym on their website, reflex.com.nt. Let's get back to the pod. Is gym important factor in the sport?
Yeah, I do weights twice a week. I don't do heavy weights. I do lots of repetition, low weights. Just it's like a servicing your body.
Like what, in a way? What's the exercise do you do for this?
No, I do 15 reps of X amount of weight for 5 sets. Repetitive movement, but I do low weights. I don't want to get big. If you get big, you're gonna go slow.
Of course.
So I just want to be lean but strong
and energetic, which I think is a big factor.
Yeah, but I'm very hyper by nature. I'm always full of energy. The only time I rest is in the evening to watch TV and sleep. Otherwise, during the day I'm doing something. If I'm not training, I'm running with the dogs. I'm doing something in the garden. I'm always on the go. I'm hardly resting.
You're mentioning dogs and you're mentioning how much races cost you, and I want to add up everything together. You did an amazing job here in Malta, where you gathered over 350k for animal shelters. Am I right?
Yeah.
So, wow, you're doing ultra things for communities and to enhance the animal shelters here in Malta. Why did you choose to take this path?
I've always been an animal lover. I've always had pets at home. Now I have around 13 pets.
Wow.
Dogs, cats, rabbits.
Everything is ultra, eh? Everything.
Yes.
Wow, okay.
I've worked in shelters, and that's when I realized the help shelters need in terms of money, food, vets, electricity, people taking out the dogs. It's a chaos. I wanted to do something to help not just one shelter, all the shelters of Malta and Gozo, and people who work 24/7 with animal welfare. I came up with the idea since people are following me during the race, and I generate some curiosity. In fact, during the DECA, I had 1.4 million views in those 10 days.
Wow.
On my Facebook, 1.4 million views. So I know I'm generating a lot of curiosity. So I will take that opportunity. I say, okay, you're seeing me suffering, you're impressed, okay, donate something small. I launched Project 100
I saw something,
a few weeks before my first DECA. So far I collected around 42,000. Project 100 will be closed at the end of my next DECA in November. So from now till November, my target is to reach 100k, which I think
You'll manage.
I can manage. Last year I've collected 77,500. The year before around 80,000. So it's around there. Now I need to reach the target of 100,000, and then I will be distributing them and food, medicine, and cash to all animal shelters.
If I remember properly, you had done a live situation where people can see you live going around.
That was around Sicily.
I think I remember. Yes,
because I managed to cycle around Sicily non-stop in under 2 days. 2 people have done it. There's Maurizio Mezzasalma in 45 hours, and I've done it in 47 hours. That was a live. I had a chip. The people could see me where I am, donating. It was a good. I think I've raised around 80,000.
Would you like to do this again to beat the record?
No, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
My target was around Sicily under 2 days. I've done it. It's not because I don't want to go faster, but now my priorities shifted to
Are different.
DECA and double DECA. So I've got other priorities now.
Moving on to self-worth, I have a question that could hit many people here. What's one hard thing that taught you comfort never could?
Every race is hard. I mean, if you want to push yourself to the limit, it's gonna hurt, but at the end it's gonna be rewarding because you're gonna do a good time. But there are two types of people. There is the competitive athlete like me, and there is the fit athlete who just want to take part. They are both good. It depends who you are. But if you want to suffer, you need to push. So the choice is yours. This happens as well at work. There's people who want to be a leader and succeed in life, and there are people who want to do just live an average life and
stay average.
Stay average. But they are both good. It depends who you are.
Exactly. So what you're trying to say is that, listen, either you can go for a race. Let's go into racing because obviously we're discussing racing. Either go to a race, which is the half marathon, which is not easy. We make it very...
Yeah, but you can still suffer to do a half marathon. I coach Tommy Walbank here in 109 for a half marathon. He had to push.
Yes. Exactly.
So even 100 meters, you need to work hard to run fast. It depends what are your expectations.
Exactly.
If you need to do a fast time, you need to work hard, push, suffer, and execute.
Let me change how I was going to say it. You can either go for a race and say, listen, I want to do it in this time. Or you can go and say, listen, I just want to finish it.
Yes.
So there are two mindsets that play
even
a big factor.
The ultra, if you want to take it easy, the cutoff time is huge. You can take it easy. If you want to suffer, you go fast.
And say, listen, I was there, I managed, but
yeah.
You know, it's not easy when you say manage, yeah? There's many factors and teams and communication. So it's not easy. Let's go on to the quickfire questions. The quickfire questions basically are one of the best parts of the podcast, in my opinion, because I love to read them out and I see what your thought about them is. A failure you're glad that happened.
Yes, 2023. I failed my first DECA, and 2 months after I broke my collarbone in another race.
You're glad that happened, in a way?
Yeah, because it fired me up for a successful 2024.
Okay, so another lesson that failure is the
But it could have worked. It could have worked against me as well, because at some point I was contemplating of retiring, but then you just come to your senses and
how did you
just
handle
went
that?
Crazy.
Did you seek help or was it all?
No, I just on my own. I spent a week really pissed off because I had to operate.
Obviously.
I had to do an operation as well, and I had spent a lot of money that year, and I didn't finalize not even one medal. I took it bad, but then it backfired. I said, no, I'm gonna work hard. And the next year I just exploded.
Do you regret not seeking help at that point in time?
To be honest, I don't think I needed help because it backfired and I was ready to work.
So you
do everything again. I would have needed help if I retired.
That's where you...
But
okay.
I came out strong after this.
A moment that humbled you fast?
Yes. Recently, on the first day, I got a puncture, and 2 athletes stopped to help me. I mean, we're racing each other, and these people stopped to help me. It's an ultra community. We're a family. Although we're racing each other, we help each other when someone needs help.
Before that, imagine it happened vice versa. Would you have stopped? Be honest.
I think I would have stopped, yes, because we don't carry tools with us. It's everything at the
camp.
At the camp. So actually, they stopped to see how I am work, and they went to get help from the crew. Eventually, they got the things. And they came back to where I was, and we fixed the puncture, and we continued.
Wow, okay. So, that's a nice one. One daily habit you love?
every morning I go out with one of my dogs, Stevie. We go running and then we go for breakfast together. I won't change day
Wow,
that
okay.
for nothing.
What,
Every morning.
what does he eat, if I may ask? So it's a normal breakfast.
I go to this coffee shop. I take eggs and beans on toast. Stevie, they make his own breakfast, ham and toast mixed up.
No
Then
way.
there is another old lady. She gives him her food as well. the staff, they have treats. They give treats to Stevie because they got used to him.
Exactly.
And then he eats at home as well. He's got the raw food.
How sweet. Okay, last one. What's one truth people avoid but should hear?
When comfort is limiting my success, there's a small percentage of people who, they too tell me that like I'm exaggerating with my distances, I'm damaging my body. And these same people, then you see them smoking a cigarette. So actually,
Yeah.
I'm just doing my stuff.
You're damaging your body in a way, and they are damaging their body in another way. So
Yes, yes, we do quite damage
damage
our,
for sure.
our body, but body is an amazing machine. I mean, if you have fever, your body starts working overtime and your
To
immune
beat it.
system beat the fever. If you break your arm, your body starts producing calcium until the bone attaches back again, If you're doing ultra, yes, you're damaging your body, but then you rest, you recover. There's the principle of adaptation, and you become stronger. So actually, that's why you can go faster or longer distances, because actually you're recovering and getting stronger.
I liked how you mentioned that comfort limits your ability to succeed. So I like that one. I liked the
Yes.
the response. So I wrote another quote that I came across, and it states, most people live like they have unlimited time, but everything changes when they remember we don't. What does the next challenge look like for you when time is limiting?
I have now 2 targets to try to go faster in the DECA, which I do believe I can, and compete in the double DECA, so you double all the distance I've done.
So you're gonna be one of the first to apply, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
You're mentioning a lot of new decas. Is the hunger still the same from when you started back in 2022 with regards to the ultra?
I wouldn't say the same. I think I would say I'm even more curious, more hungry. Yes, because before I just had a different mindset just to finish the race. Now I just want to go to do a good time. I want to raise the bar in Malta, and I wanted to make it difficult for future athletes to try and beat my time.
Can you give us one story of what happened after all these experiences you had?
Yeah, funny stories you might as well say. So ultra races, it involves lack of sleep. You can sleep 8 hours, but you're losing precious time. Your competitors are still running or cycling. So there are 2 ways how to go and execute an ultra race. You can either sleep a power nap of an hour, but then you will be struggling, you go super slow the next 23 hours, or sleep 4 hours and try to push more to actually try and do the same distances as other athletes. Sleeping an hour or less has its toll. I mean, the body is meant to sleep. The mind is meant to relax. So if you're not sleeping, sometimes you're at a stage where your mind starts dreaming and you're still awake, and that's called hallucinations. In the quintuple, where we're talking, I'm racing not 10 days, but less than 4 days. I was sleeping an hour, 50 minutes to 1 hour a day. I've had that experience where my mind started hallucinating. This happened in the night where you're supposed to be sleeping, nature should be sleeping, but you're still going. Actually, I remember we were about 5 cyclists, 10 meters apart. We had this red light flickering, and at a certain point we needed to go left, so there was the first cyclist, the second cyclist, third cyclist, fourth cyclist, and me. And these cyclists, they turned into a train. I actually was thinking this is a train, because I was just following these red lights flickering. It was dark, we had only lights, so your mind starts dreaming. Also in the run, I was seeing red eyes coming out from the trees, like cats or some type of animal. Red eyes, I was like trying to come close and they disappear. So then you need to decide, either go and sleep for another hour or you just continue. So it mostly happens in the night because of the shadows, you know. When the sun is up, your energy returns, you come back to normal and you can continue racing properly.
I'm gonna go on to the question that our latest guest left you. Okay, she didn't know that you were attending this podcast, and she left an anonymous question for you. I'm gonna read it out. So, okay, good question. If you had a magic wand and you could change something in your life, what would you change and why?
Because I really enjoy my life. I'm trying to see what I would change. Most probably, I would have started coaching at a very young age. I mean, not a young age, but much way before, because I've only been coaching 13 years. And I tell you why. Because coaching for limited hours gave me more free time for me to train. And I love training. And imagine I used to work at Freeport, sometimes 12 hours, and I would still train before or after work. It was very limited. So if I would have to change something, I would move back 25 years ago, and I would invest my knowledge into sports, and I would be a coach at a younger age, more free time to train. I would actually live sport 24/7 at a very young age, not at starting at 40.
So that's something you regret in a way?
It's not that I regret,
but it's something
because
you
change.
change.
You change because at Freeport I had my good days.
Of course.
We were like family. You suffer. I had to work at shift. I had to work weekends. You grow up as a person as well. You don't have doesn't everything comes easy, you know, but yeah, you grow as a person. So I don't really regret my life. I think I live a good life.
Super, and that's I think the most important factor.
Yes.
Is that you enjoy what you're doing, you have a healthy family, you care of your loved ones, and that's all that matters.
Yes.
At the end of it.
Look, I actually got you something as well, something close to my heart.
Okay, let's see.
I got you this racing kit. This one I used it on my second DECA, the one in Italy, Lago di Garda, the cycling kit.
Wow, can I see?
Okay.
Thank you so much. It's a different material.
Yeah,
so, to whoever's watching,
it's a very light material and avoid.
I'm actually going to ask you to sign it. If possible.
Yes.
That's fine. So, should we sign it now or after the episode?
We can sign it now.
Sign it now?
Yeah.
So, yes. If you don't mind.
Somewhere here.
Somewhere here is best. Or somewhere here. Give me a second. مش منتبهوش اكتب لوكا and Champions Connect. Thank you. Super.
Let's see.
Very nice gift, sir. Very nice gift. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Inti tal-istedina.
It's a real nice gift, to be honest. Thanks, Fabio. I appreciate it.
Lots of sweat.
And a lot of memories as well.
Yes,
So
yes.
it'll be in very safe hands.
Thank you.
I would like to shake your hand.
Thank you, Luca. Grazie.
Thank you. Before we end the episode, I would like to give a round of applause once again to Fabio for collecting, obviously, money for charity. It's a super thing. So congratulations, and I hope we're gonna discuss after the episode that we're gonna do something together for sure. To whoever's watching, I would like to remind you to like, obviously, if you like the episode, subscribe, and leave a comment who you will see on the next episode, because we're working on some stuff that could benefit you guys. So thank you so much. One last words, final words.
Tell people to try and involve some kind of physical activity in their life, even if it's just 3 times a week. It will make you feel better, and actually you will be more positive in life.
Perfect. And should they subscribe?
Yeah, subscribe.
Of course. We're providing free knowledge, stories to your life, as I said before. So please subscribe. Thank you so much once again, and Champions Connect out.
Thank you.